History book.
How many have you done?
We actually bought this,
7.
but the person that sold it got it from the library. I put it online.
Frank, did you borrow this book? Me in the library?
Love you.
Okay, good, thank you. All right, the last award I would like to give out to is a big one, okay? It's the Lion of the Year award.
Wow.
And this lion, you all know who he is. I don't have to tell you. Because anytime you need a guy, he got a guy for you, right? We all know who he is. There's so many things to be said about Frank. He's so involved in the community, especially in the Lion Club. He worked tirelessly trying to improve the food booth. You remember, he helped to extend the counter. He bought the newest eye machines, the Coke machine, servicing of the freezer, the new refrigerator. He improved upon the menu in many different ways to save money. It's square, right? We don't know how to do that. Donations and so on. And talk about donations. Do we said you have something about donations?
Yes, I have a special request. Everyone that volunteer at the food booth, if you can please, on the count of 3, roar with me for Frank. I would appreciate it very much. So, 1, 2, 3. Roar! Thank you.
Let me tell you that some of you may not know the story, but at the food booth, every year we would have a little jar with a lion head, and it says donations. And sometimes we get, $30, $40, or at best, I'm guessing, the whole 11 days, $100, $200 worth of donations. So people would, after they buy the food, they would get the donations. But when Frank came up with that roar, anytime someone give us $1 or $2, the whole crew behind the counter would roar, and it makes such a noise that people surrounding the area, they're like wondering what's going on, and they come back. Some people would just give money to get the roar. So by doing that, in 11 days, we raised over $1,200. Wow! Way to go, Frank.
Come on now, Frank.
Come on down. He's done so much, to mention, but other example of the fundraising he done for Dover Elementary School, had the kids' eye check. He organized a picnic at the Meadow Park. You remember that? He's on the scholarship committee. He's working on getting a tent for the Willis Peters kids. And it goes on and on and on. That's why I picked you as the Lion of the Year. Lion of the Year. So Lion of the Year. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, Bob, would you come up? Okay. Lion.
As past Council Chair Susie Stafford said, isn't it great to be a Lion?
Yeah. All right. Where is our tail twister? There he is. You know, you're sitting at the wrong table.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that wasn't your table.
Does that mean I've got to find somebody?
No, that means that table over there where they're resting, that was your table all the way back in the corner. That's where the tail twister sits.
You can be fine, Robert.
I know, but that's okay. I've paid enough money into this club with my hat.
And I got them too.
They even got me at the cabinet meeting. Cost me, what did it cost me there? $40.
$40.
$40. Can you believe that for my hat?
Where's your
And they
hat
said,
now?
where's your hat tonight?
Where's your hat?
Home.
That's the only hat in America costs $12,000.
America's most wanted hat.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I've asked King Lion Tony and past international director Stacy Jones to assist me with the things that I've got here. And they can step right up here. I'm going to hand this information to them.
Okay.
We're going to talk a little bit. We're going to get serious here now. Helen Keller in Cedar Point, Ohio, 1925, challenged Lions to become Knights of the Blind in the Crusade Against Darkness. Crusade Against Darkness. That's exactly what blindness is. What is the leading cause of blindness?
Diabetes.
Diabetes. Here are some key points about diabetes. Diabetes is a long-term condition that causes high blood sugar levels. In 2013, it was estimated that over 382 million, that's 382 million throughout the world had diabetes. Type 1 diabetes, the body does not produce insulin. Approximately 10% of all diabetes cases are these, type 1. Type 2 diabetes, the body does not produce enough insulin for proper function. Approximately 90% of all cases of diabetes worldwide are through this type, type 2. Gestational diabetes, this type affects females during pregnancy. I never heard of it. The most common diabetes symptoms include frequent urination, intense thirst and hunger, weight gain, unusual weight loss, fatigue, cuts and bruises that cannot heal, male sexual dysfunction, numbness, and tingling in the hands. As the risk of cardiovascular disease is much higher for a diabetic, it is crucial that blood pressure and cholesterol levels be monitored regularly. As smoking may have serious effect on cardiovascular health, diabetics should stop smoking. And hypoglycemia, which is low blood glucose, can have a bad effect on the patient. And hyperglycemia, when blood glucose is too high, can also have a bad effect on the patient. So you know some of the facts about diabetes. And what we have here this evening is a Diabetes Foundation Life Member Certificate. And these names were chosen from people that we knew in this club that either experienced diabetes firsthand or have a loved one or a friend that has experienced diabetes. And as I call your name, please come up front and receive your certificate and your pin as a life member of the Diabetes Foundation. Albert Alfaro. Linda Alfaro.
Linda.
Judy Bartle. We have one for Carrie Gafford, who's not here. We'll present that at the next club meeting. Francis Hardy.
Good.
Gail Lyons. David Miles is not here. We'll give that to him at the next meeting. Bill O'Connor. And David Vick.
David.
It's been an honor to present these certificates to each and every one of you. Next thing we'll talk about, we're going to kind of put two together because Lion Coleman wasn't here tonight. So I'm going to do the Melvin Jones Fellowship and the Grand Lion, both at the same time. The primary challenge for all Lions, as I said, was first delivered by Helen Keller in 1925 when she called upon our organization and its members to become Knights of the Blind in the Crusade Against Darkness. LCIF, Lions Club's International Foundation, has provided funding for preventing blindness and improving eye care throughout the world. But that's not the only thing that LCIF does. They have worked with Special Olympics to provide testing and eyeglasses for the athletes. They provide financial assistance to people with hearing loss for low cost or free hearing aids. And through a partnership with Habitat for Humanity, LCIF has helped construct over 1,000 houses. Most of us probably did not know that. But it doesn't stop there. LCIF offers both disaster and major catastrophe grants. They've offered grants in earthquake-stricken areas, flood areas, tsunami areas, any place where a natural disaster happens. Lions International are the first ones in and the last ones out. And that is something to be proud of.
It is. It is.
And LCIF passes 100% of the donations that they receive straight through to its many relief and assistance programs. All administrative costs are paid for by interest from endowed investments. Some Melvin Jones Fellowship facts. The fellowship was established in 1973, and the progressive program began in 1986. Donations through Melvin Jones Fellowship provide 75% of the foundation's annual revenue. There are 54 levels of the progressive Melvin Jones Fellowship program. At the end of March of 2014, last year, there was 361,160 Melvin Jones Fellows worldwide recipients, and 68,518 progressive Melvin Jones Fellow recipients worldwide. When you go to the convention in Chicago in a couple years, all Melvin Jones Fellows are invited to attend the annual luncheon held at the convention. You got to buy a ticket, but you're invited to the lunch. And it began in 1984 and has been held at each convention ever since. And the names of all Melvin Jones Fellows are displayed on a computer in the LCIF room at the international headquarters. The Grand Lion. Boy, do we know about the Florida Lions Foundation. Frank knows about them. Those are the people that help with the eye cases, the severe eye cases in Florida, where we make a recommendation and have the forms filled out for the Florida Lions Foundation to consider in assisting in helping those who have severe eye cases. This is something not after the fact. This is before the fact. When they determine that they have an issue and it's been the person has been notified that they've got an issue with their eyes, and they come to their local club and apply for assistance through Florida Lions Foundation. And Florida Lions Foundation steps up to it. Now, you'll recall, what was that young boy's name, Frank? Gabriel. He was after the fact. He couldn't get help from Lions Foundation. But what did this Florida Lions Foundation, because it did not, they have to come before they go to the doctor, not after. But this club stepped up and helped them. And that was a proud moment for our club. Foundation project chairs work with local doctors and hospitals to hold down medical costs and stretch their dollars. And they get surgeries for a fraction of the cost. The fund was set up as a trust. No withdrawals of principal are permitted. It generates interest and dividends that are basis for the annual budget from which a foundation pays for projects and makes grants to other organizations. It is my pleasure tonight to make this first presentation. I asked Lion Tony and Past International Director Stacy. On behalf of Lions Clubs International Foundations, congratulations on becoming a Melvin Jones Fellow. This is a letter that I'm reading to this recipient. The Melvin Jones Fellowship was named for Melvin Jones, the founder of Lions Clubs International. It is largely due to the growth of the fellowship program that LCIF has been able to meet humanitarian needs in communities worldwide. Fellowship contributions help bring medications to prevent river blindness, or teach children to avoid drugs through the Lions Quest program. Each Melvin Jones Fellowship contribution can restore the sight of 167 individuals, or provides Lions Quest to 67 youth. LCIF is able to continue and expand programs through generous support of fellows such as yourself, and should take great pride, you should take great pride in knowing you will impact the lives of so many, both in your immediate community as well as across the globe. And this person is going to be added to that list at LCIF, at Lions Club International. It'll be added to the listing. And I'd like to make that presentation to Frank Cummings.
Well, Frank.
I usually got a lot to say, but I don't know what to say. This is my first civic club I've ever been in, and I'm having a lot of fun. And it's real easy just to participate and help people, and with all your help, and you can get some stuff done. Thank you. Thank you all.
All right, Frank. Yeah.